Hi guys, it's Sheila G here with your weekly roundup on DistroTV Desi. I have some of the top stories of the week for you, including Liam Payne stripping naked, yes, totally nude, in the new Hugo Boss campaign, Zayn Malik teasing us with a new single, the MTV Europe Music Awards, Jenniferaniston breaking the internet, Mariah Carey revamping her Christmas classic, All I Want for Christmas, trending hashtags, and so much more. Yes guys, we have some of the best juice of the week, so stay tuned. Hugo Boss, the brand which has had a number of celebrities posing in underwear, picture perfect, with enviable bodies of course. Boss is always looking to do something different in every ad, and this time it's released an underwear campaign starring Liam Payne, nude.
You're kidding me, God!
Liam Payne has unveiled his nude Hugo Boss campaign. Now, after months of teasing his fans, and back in July and September when Liam broke the internet, after photographers shared some behind-the-scenes images of Liam for Hugo's new range of underwear, naturally we were thirsty for more.
Yes.
What kind of images would be published? So Liam has gone and broken the internet again now by sharing published images on his Instagram. So Liam shared 2 photos from the campaign alongside a video ad. In the first shoot, Stella wears Hugo underwear and lies on top of a completely naked Liam on a bed. In the second, Liam is wearing his own Hugo boxers on the same bed with Stella nude behind him. Meanwhile, in the video, Liam kind of strolls about in his birthday suit before putting on a pair of Hugos and getting quite intimate with Stella with some classy shots by the balcony. I gotta say, the direction here is pretty captivating for any viewer. Apparently, when Liam spoke to GQ magazine, he admitted there was a lot of tequila involved in the shoot. I mean, I'm imagining a whole crew of people for this shoot watching the pair trying to pose whilst being nude. You gotta have some tequila, right? He himself said that it ended up being more naked than he thought, and that when she was behind him, he had to keep telling himself, Liam, don't look, whatever you do. Definitely a fiery campaign breaking out of any mold, and I'm sure Hugo Boss's new range of underwear will be flying off the shelves. I wonder if Bollywood heartthrobs will catch on to this. Can you imagine Tiger Shroff and Disha Patani reenacting this one? Ooh la la. Sizzling singer Zayn Malik has returned to social media to tease us all with his new single, Flames. This follows on from his ex-band members Liam Payne, Lewis Tomlinson, Harry Styles and Neil Horan, who have all either released or announced new music in the past few months. Now, of course, Zayn can't be left out, so he's now confirmed that a new single is imminent. So what do we know about this upcoming single? Well, we know that the singer has teamed up with Rehab and Jungle Boy. How amazing. We also know what the artwork's going to be like when he shared an image on Instagram. Clearly, it's going to be full of fire and flames. Fans are stoked that he's back because he sort of disappeared from social media for about a month and claims he's been suffering from anxiety. So Zayn, who quit the chart-topping group back in March 2015, previously admitted one of the reasons for his anxiety was that he couldn't really work out how to do a solo show, which felt natural, especially as he only had one solo LP, Mind of Mine, to draw on at the time. But now it seems Zayn has been preparing his ammunition. He said that he cannot wait to get back on stage and that he's feeling ready. You know, ready to head back on the road. We're so glad to hear that and cannot wait for this killer combination to drop. The MTV Europe Music Awards are now over for another year, and wow, what a special night it was for music. It took place in sizzling Seville, Spain. It was a real celebration for the biggest names in music, especially the women out there. From the moment that Dua Lipa opened the stage and Halsey collected the first award of the night, it was clear that the women who dominated pop in 2019 were clearly on top. Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift had 2 wins each, taking home the biggest awards of the evening for Best Song and Best Video. Elsewhere, Halsey, Ava Max, Rosalia, Nicki Minaj and FKA Twigs all won, whilst the one and only Shawn Mendes won the prestigious honour of Best Artist. But in a surprise to Ariana Grande fans, she did not win any of the awards, despite being the most nominated artist of the evening. I suppose it just shows how much competition there actually was. K-pop kings BTS won 3 awards, the most of the night, including biggest fans for their die-hard BTS army, whilst Little Mix were honoured with Best UK and Ireland Act. Good on you girls. Clearly, it was a star-studded event, and the red carpet, as you can imagine, was sizzling with a lot of beauty. Halsey wowed in a multicoloured, multi-pattern dress. Becky G, who was hosting the event, turned heads in a frilly red asymmetrical gown. Nicole Scherzinger was also smoking red hot in a sparkling scarlet dress. And I gotta say, Cristiano Ronaldo and his girlfriend Georgina Rodriguez also stood out in blue and red. Social media graced us all with pictures from the night, including the stunning Pablo Vittar, who seemed to steal the show with her little racy number. What a design that only Pablo could pull off. To be fair, all the celebrities sizzled, rocked, celebrated, drank champagne, and there was no reported drama. Another successful celebration of music and awarding all those worthy winners. Hats off to you all. Now, what happens when one of the world's most famous artists and the world's most loved sportsmen meet? I came across this IGTV video on Lady Gaga's profile, which just blew me away. It was in paid partnership with Tudor Watches, and the video is called Born to Dare, where she meets David Beckham for the first time and they ask each other questions. It's super moving because they ask about the most inspirational people in their lives, the most daring moments of their lives, including David Beckham moving from Manchester to Madrid and then from Madrid to the US. I absolutely loved it when he said when anyone told him not to do something, he would just do it no matter what. It was so profound, where it seemed as they were both wearing their hearts on their sleeves.
What's next for me, I don't quite know yet. But I guess what I am sure of is what's next for me is there will be a burst of inspiration, and when it comes, I will grab it.
Now, when Gaga says she feels God put her in this world for her to help people love themselves more.
I don't feel like God put me on this earth to be loved by the world. I believe that God put me on this earth for me to help people love themselves more.
I was blown away. It's a gorgeous little video where we witness two celebrities bearing their hearts, showing us how down to earth they truly are. It's so refreshing to come across these little inspirational videos. Makes a change to some of the quite empty, pointless stuff floating around, right? We love you, Beckham. We love you, Gaga. Keep inspiring us. Okay, so it's been all over social media that Jennifer Aniston has broken the internet after finally deciding to join the Instagram family. I mean, there were posts of Jennifer Aniston joining everywhere like it was some sort of breaking news.
This is about you being a brat, wanting what you can't have.
Can't have? Excuse me, the only thing I can't have is dairy.
On Graham Norton's show recently, he pointed out that she got to 1 million followers faster than anyone in history.
I guess I genuinely did, yes.
On the show where Jennifer was sitting next to Reese Witherspoon and Julie McAndrews, it was so funny to see her reactions, especially Julie McAndrews' comments about not quite understanding what breaking the internet actually means.
I like to
Would you mind explaining that? Because you're asking the wrong person.
It was definitely a comical moment. Now, to be fair, Aniston's first ever Insta post was a pretty big one. It was a real candid selfie, or an Aussie, where it's her and the Friends cast, taking us way back to the days of Rachel and Ross.
I didn't know what I was taking responsibility for, okay? I didn't finish the whole letter.
What?
I fell asleep.
You fell asleep?
In like a month, she's gone and got herself 18.5 million followers. So since joining, we've all been loving her posts, especially this really cute one, which has Rachel written all over it. It's captioned, "I'm just a girl, standing with hair and makeup, a stylist, a photographer, a lighting crew, wind machine, props, and a computer, asking you to think I woke up like this." Now, doesn't she look super cute and sexy, of course? I just love that expression of hers.
I don't know.
Of course, she's being tagged left, right, and center with fans going crazy, bringing back all the best moments of Rachel from Friends. Watching these has got me in the mood to watch Friends all over again, and thanks to Netflix, I may just do that. For now, we're just so glad that the Friends family is now complete on social media. Thank you, Rachel. I mean, Jennifer. You know, I think it's great when actors can very convincingly slip into a number of different accents from the roles they play. Renee Zellweger's British accent in Bridget Jones to the very captivating American accents which British actors have put on, like Idris Elba in The Wire. But sometimes it's bound to be challenging, right? So the latest challenge has been for Robert Pattinson. Now, we love him, and he's provided us with some of the most amazing entertainment, including the Twilight Saga, which captivated us all. But now he's provided us with one of the most unintentionally hilarious scenes of cinema in 2019, thanks to his French accent in Netflix's The King. Now, I've watched it, and in the short amount of time he's actually on screen, Robert manages to steal the entire film with his French accent and his talks about Henry V. Now, I'm not going to repeat the line on the show, it's way too X-rated. You're just going to have to go and check it out for yourself, but it had me in hysterics. Of course, the internet could not handle it and they'd be roasting, memeing, appreciating and cackling about it since the film dropped on Netflix last week. Check out some of the tweets and memes, including this one. Robert Pattinson hearing Timothy's British accent and Timothy hearing Robert's French accent for the very first time. And this one. So I'm watching The King and thinking, hey, this is a slightly above average Shakespearean drama thing, but then Robert Pattinson struts in with his comical French accent and suddenly this movie is a lot more fun. Somebody also made a point about Pattinson sounding more like King Julian from Madagascar.
No, everybody!
So that's a little bit harsh, and let's face it, accents can be quite tricky. My American accent is just laughable, and even Priyankachopra's kind of American/Indian accent has confused people, especially after her move to the US. But you'd think with a personal voice coach and working on it so hard would make it a little more convincing for actors across the spectrum, right? Still, people are finding it entertaining and it's another reason to create some amusing memes, isn't it? In any case, I think Pattinson has a very cute French accent and overall the film is definitely worth watching. Romeo and Juliet, the story of love and tragedy. William Shakespeare's true masterpiece, which has been acted out countless times since it was written back in the 16th century. But one of the most moving versions was the Romeo and Juliet movie released 23 years ago. It was when we all fell in love with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes with a performance that truly captivated us from the beginning to the tragic end. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I must have watched it like 20 times, secretly wishing the guy I had a crush on would come over to my window and declare his undying love for me. But it never happened. Anyway, after 23 years, E! News have published a video where the pair talk about their performance on this movie, from learning all about the structure of iambic pentameter to being swept away with Shakespearean English.
I was just like reading cereal boxes, Frosted Flakes, are really good. You should buy them, I was just like, I went a little too far with it.
Now, what I found interesting was when Leo said that he wouldn't really go to the lengths that Romeo did, where, as you all know, he took his own life.
I certainly don't think I would go to quite the extremes that Romeo did.
He said that he couldn't quite identify with it, so it must have been challenging for him. But it was so cute to see this innocence in both of them. But what's so amazing that since then, haven't these two had absolutely flourishing careers? Leo's developed from playing the cute baby-faced romantic roles to tougher ones like the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, and the money comes in, the parade comes to town, going down Broadway.
And most recently, Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which quite simply was off the charts. And Claire Danes, well, this lady has wowed us all, especially in the Netflix series Homeland, where she plays a super tough, unbreakable CIA agent, Carrie Matheson. Guys, it's gotta be one of my favorite series so far. Anyway, Leo and Claire wowing us together with tougher, stronger roles is great, but I think it's really nice when we remember the earlier parts of their journey where it all sort of began with Romeo and Juliet touching us all, reminding us all about the true genius of Shakespeare's work, which continues to live on over 400 years later. Think about all the versions. Even in India, we have Laila and Majnu, Heer, Lanja, and also Bollywood movies full of allusions to star-crossed lovers whose love ends in tragedy. All that just goes to show the power of a love story which, thanks to Shakespeare, will continue to live on forever. Lewis Hamilton has done it again, hasn't he? He's gone and wowed us all with another win, becoming the second most successful Formula One driver in the world, just one championship behind Michael Schumacher. But you'll be glad to know he's going to enter 2020 as a favourite to match the German's record and perhaps also surpass his record 91 race victories. I wonder how it feels to have already won 83 races. At such a young age, he's accomplished things that most of us can only dream of in a lifetime. Many have said that he should have even been knighted. Piers Morgan tweeted, "Can someone explain this to me? Sir Alistair Cook, 34, 24th highest England Test batting average, knighted for services to cricket. Lewis Hamilton, 34, 6 times world champion, MBE." Even Gary Lineker tweeted, "It's actually extraordinary that he's not already been knighted, especially when you consider some of those who've been honoured in sport. Lewis Hamilton is arguably our greatest ever sportsman." Now, there's all these comments flying around about motorsport not being like any other sport, but seriously, I mean, how hard has this guy worked? His wins clearly show the work of pure talent, and I think 6 world titles deserves some sort of knighthood. All it is a title that's given to a man by a British king or queen for his achievements or his service to his country. Okay, so it may mean that we have to refer to him as Sir Hamilton, but I think that kind of suits him, don't you? I wonder if his ex-Nicole Scherzinger would agree. What happens when a perfect little Christmas song, a real classic, and some lyrics get changed just because they're considered to be too controversial? The song I'm talking about is called Baby It's Cold Outside, written by Frank Loesser in 1947.
Baby, it's bad out there. Say what's in this no drink? Cabs to be had.
And it's about a man who's trying to convince a lady to spend the night at his place. A number of artists have performed it, including Louis Armstrong, Tom Jones, and Lady Gaga. So the issue here is that since the awakening of the Me Too movement, this all heightened awareness of sexual violence and coercion towards women. And the problem people seem to have is with the line, "Say what's in this drink?" which has been read as a date rape attempt. So now John Legend and Natasha Rothwell have rewritten it as, "What will my friends think? I think they should rejoice. If I have one more drink, it's your body and your choice." And apparently this new version will be featured in Legend's upcoming Christmas album. But Twitter has been going crazy with fans of the original really vexed, and the hashtag #MeToo followers then defending the decision and hitting them back. This lady wrote, "There's actually no mention of alcohol or any other substance that would do anything in this song. For all you know, it could be a cup of hot water and honey. You're applying modern day issues to old sayings of a flirtatious song." One lady also wrote, "People are actually taking offense from the lyrics of a classic Christmas song? Ha ha ha, why is everyone a wet wipe these days?" I think this meme kind of sums it all up for me, right? Here we go again. I know it's a sensitive issue, right? But why dig out something that was written like 70 years ago? And then just because of this movement, which I fully support, these lyrics get changed. They're not even explicit. To me, if you don't agree with something, don't sing it or don't listen to it. But to go and change it to fit in what people may approve of seems a little extreme. Now, I really hope all this doesn't start off a whole new movement of some classic songs being dug out and changed just because people find offense in them. Now, as a songwriter, I'd really hate someone doing that to one of my songs and lyrics, so I really hope that what Legend has done is a one-off. Speaking of Christmas fast approaching, it's that time of the year when you walk into shops and hear those all too catchy Christmas songs, we know, playing in the background whilst we all browse for gifts. Songs like White Christmas, Let It Snow, and even Frosty the Snowman. But if I was to ask you of the one all-time favourite timeless song, which one would screech out to you? I mean, even my aunt sings it in a thick Indian accent every time it comes on, and it always lights up the room. So whilst watching Family Guy Double the other night when it came on, when it came to adverts, I hear and see this diva herself in the new Walker's Christmas ad. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty awesome. Carey is seen belting out the timeless classic amid a stereotypical Christmas setting, shares a whole load of gifts, quite generously, including white doves, but things go off script when the star becomes embroiled in this kind of tug of war with a hungry elf for the last bag of Walker's crisps.
It's the last bag.
I saw them first.
Don't think you did.
I think I did.
Didn't.
Did.
Didn't.
Did.
Didn't.
Did.
Didn't.
Did.
Carey, of course, wins the battle with an ear-piercing note, which knocks everyone out. She then takes a bag of crisps, but then says as it's Christmas, she offers one solitary crisp to the elf. Sadly, the crisp slips out of his hands and vanishes. Now, I'm sure when Mariah Carey says, well, I guess it is Christmas, and offers the crisp, she's put on a British accent.
I guess it is Christmas.
And it's pretty good. Mariah herself said she had loads of fun filming this shoot and how much she loves crisps from the UK. Clearly she's brought the glamour to this brand, and how great that it coincides with the 25th anniversary of the track. Mariah's also released brand new footage of the track. Now here's an example of a song which will clearly outlive all of us, be a #1 choice in karaoke bars during Christmas period around the world, and then there's all the royalties. Can you imagine? We just love this song and we'll never get sick of it. Thank you, Mariah, for reinvigorating this little beauty all over again. Social media often has lots of funny articles trending, but one which I think deserves some serious attention is this one area I came across which just shocked me. I came across posts on Twitter of what looked like an Indian woman standing amongst clouds and praying. As you can imagine, I was really confused, so I took a closer look and shock, horror, she was not standing in clouds. It was pure pollution, toxic fumes. This is not a devotee offering chant in snowed-down Montreal. This is Yamuna. Beyond the horror lies something else. More images surfaced of devotees offering prayers to the rising sun as toxic foam floated on the surface of the polluted Yamuna River during the Chhat Puja celebrations in New Delhi. And I can honestly say that it was a real contrast of good and evil, which could not have been more apparent in any other pictures. These pictures have touched the world as they clearly outline how pollution is at its worst that it's ever been. People are praying whilst the highly polluted waters are screaming to be clear. One lady wrote, "No, this is not photoshopped to show clouds in heaven. That is a condition of Yamuna River due to pollution. We should be scared." One response to this said, "It's not Yamuna that is toxic. What's toxic are the minds of leaders of society where these ignorant folk live in." He also called it an ocean of toxicity. Others have retaliated, claiming it's a spreading of fake news. Really? I doubt this could ever be fake. Now, what's so unreal is how we could never imagine a river to look so toxic. I really hope this gives us all a wake-up call and leaders of society can truly come together in a bid to finally stop all this toxicity. What touches me the most is the faith that these people have in the images. The way they're just praying shows that unity is key, and hopefully with the right action we can all live in a more harmonious planet, just as God intended. As the king of pop Michael Jackson once said, "It all begins with the man in the mirror." When it comes to trending hashtags, some of them are a lot more mind-stimulating than others, wouldn't you agree? So I came across the hashtag before I fall asleep, which is literally like it sounds. Basically, it's a list of things people do before they fall asleep. And some of the tweets have been hilarious. Here are some funny ones I came across. Before I fall asleep, I make sure there are no unsettling distractions. What a cat. And then this one, before I fall asleep, I tell myself just one more tweet. Now this one sounds a little bit like me and pretty much every other creative I know. Do you notice how here the image on the right shows the brain just coming to life at night, you know, when the world sleeps and your mind is going, I want to have some fun, I want to sing, dance, no sleep. But in the wake of spiritual chants and all the mantras floating around, you can see why this one tweet about gratitude was popular. So I've taken a leaf out of this book and I've kept a journal where I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for every night before I go to bed. Now it can be stuff like I'm grateful for my loving family, or it could be really nice gestures of the day like I'm grateful for the fact that I found a parking space so easily, or I'm grateful for that amazing latte she served me with, or even I'm grateful for the way he smiled at me. You know, what's important is that you put your mind in a state of gratitude. I was a little skeptical to begin with, but honestly, it's totally changed the way I sleep and my state of mind. I wake up in this huge smile and, you know, feeling really happy. A coincidence? I don't think so. Check it out for yourself. Try it for a week and let me know how you get on. Oh, and if you combine that all with a mantra like Om, you see how quickly you switch off every night. Now, if I can sleep like a baby with the combination of gratitude and mantras, so can you. On that note, I'm gonna go and switch off for the day with my green tea, some chill out music, and maybe even a facial. But before I do, I'd love to hear about what you guys thought about this week's stories and also anything you think I'd like to check out for next week. Just DM me at Sheila G Official, and don't forget you can watch us on distro.tv/Desi, or you can stream on Fire TV, Apple TV, and even Roku. You can also enjoy a whole range of free content on your phone by downloading our app from the iPhone and Android stores, and you'll be wowed every time for sure. See you soon.